All right, y'all. I'm finally getting out of my bed, even though I kind of don't want to get up. I had my beautiful goddaughter yesterday. Oh, look at that. But it's time to get up and get ready for my nurse. So I've got to talk to her because my needle, like, look, y'all heard that? Don't that sound horrible? And it actually hurts. So I've got to talk to my nurse about that. I actually will be getting this changed. I wish I could show you guys, but I don't know if I can. I don't think I can. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can video my nurse. I don't know what the privacy things are. Alea, take Buster out. My nurse is coming. I've actually been up since 6, since morning prayer. I love morning prayer. Plus, I got my goddaughter up. Y'all, it is cold. Like me and my daughter we have pots. So we like overheat really easy. So in the winter, my apartment, it gets really, really hot. So we like to leave the window cracked a little bit. But, oh, that hurt when I did that. But it's freezing. Like, the temperature here in the Berg, it's cold, okay? It's cold. But yeah, so I'm about to get up, possibly get my day started, but get ready for my nurse, straighten up. I cleaned up last night before I went to bed, but I just need to straighten up some more. My beautiful mother, my birthday just passed, guys. My birthday was on Thursday. I turned 39. I took these are for my niece, and them sent me balloons. And my sister took me out to breakfast. Well, sent me out to breakfast, and my mom took me out to dinner, and we walked around and did a little shopping. But these are my absolute favorite, and they only come out during...
This is a reminder. Read my scriptures and prayers.
Oh, yeah, that's my reminder. Read my scriptures. Thank you, Alexa. Will do. Plus, there's a scripture I'm going to read about my pastor talked about this morning. Alexa, thank you. Anyways, these are my absolute favorite, but they only come out during, I guess, Valentine's Day. So I'm going to be hunting these down. And I got like 3 bags, y'all. Like, don't judge me. My mom got me these for my birthday. These 2. She got me a new... what's it called? I love journals. She knows how I love journals. I love to journal different things. But I also got this one. Don't judge me, y'all. Yes. This is my messy of a cabinetry. I try to get it together, but I give up. It is what it is. I'm doing what I can. But my daughter, she's so awesome. I'll be able to have them later today. She found me sodas that I can have. So all you people that are out there that are allergic to corn like me, who cannot have corn syrup, corn starch, like any form of corn because you'll die. Cane sugar, baby. I can't wait to taste this. And what's crazy is this is so cold from that window I just shut being open. It's actually super, super cold. Hi, buddy. Good morning. It's my little dog. With his pamper on, don't judge. Yeah, because he's a bad boy. He likes to pee. Like, even though he's trained to go outside, he goes outside. He still just likes to lift a little leg and do a little something. So my house is not going to be pissy. He wears a pamper. Okay? Good morning. Good morning, little pissy. I love you, but you stink. My mom came over and did my meds for me, which she's awesome. Which, let me show you guys. So, you guys haven't seen me for a while. I actually am recovering from COVID. But like, one second. These are in the neck of, this is my morning pills. Y'all can see that's my morning. And then this is my afternoons ones. And then these are my evening. And then those are my night. So that's like everything I take every day. Every single day. And sometimes, like, I think one of these has a potassium pill in it. Oh yeah, this one has more pills. Every other day I get it. So every other day, one of them has a little bit more than the other. Because we just switch them up. But my mom is freaking amazing. She's the best as far as she comes over and she does all my meds for me. Oh, actually, I might as well leave that out because that's Monday. It's too. So here, so let me put this back in here. This little nifty thing, I can't remember what I got it on, but it's like so cool. It has like a little pill crusher, so if you need to like crush your pills, you can. But then it also has it where it has, actually I have to put yesterday's day in here. It goes from like Monday through Sunday. And like the little things do rub off, but I have a little label maker, so I'll be doing that. I actually have to make me something to get ready to take on that. Let's see where I put it. I think I'll put it in my room. But yeah, here's my little sharps container. So you have to get everything out for my nurse to be able to change. So this is how I keep my thing. This is my little, my medical drawer. I think this is what she'll need. Usually, like, this is a pack of what she needs to change and take my blood, because I have to get blood draws, which I get at home, and flushes. So we need to have out some of those. And let me see if there's some caps in there. Not sure. Gotta go back in the drawer. Get some caps out for her. I actually got to order some more from my DME company. I noticed that yesterday that I needed more caps. So I like to refill my drawers, like to size them by, like, this is chicken, this is eggs and oats, beef, turkey, quinoa, and I have a couple bags and some formula in my binder to help me. But this is even like a better, just sorry guys, let me see how can I, no, I can't figure out how to fit that, but this is like a better, this is like my meals, what I eat, salmon and oats, which I really hate the salmon because it always gets stuck. Then beef, potatoes, eggs, and eggs, apples, and oats. Another row of beef, turkey, and then chicken and carrots, which chicken and carrots is my favorite. It just goes through my stomach a little easier. Mind you, I don't taste these. They actually taste disgusting. Ugh, I don't like them. It tastes disgusting. I tried it, and it's like supposed to be like bunched up food or whatever, but I think it's disgusting. Let me go back in my room. I actually have a refrigerator in my room, which I keep. I have medical poles like everywhere. Here's one of them. There's also one in the living room in one of my daughter's room because she has them. But this is like my refrigerator with my IV bags, my extra ones. Those are my fluids that I take. So those are, bear with me one moment, I'll show you. Those are the fuller bags of this bag I'm about to show you out here that I actually will finish in a little bit. Yeah, you might want to bundle up. It's like super cold. I just closed the window. So this is what it looks like, but it's usually like super full. I actually have to finish this bag, which I'm waiting for my nurse, and then I'll finish it. And this has like both of my machines in it. It has my my machine for my fluids is right here, and then my gtube machine is right here, and then the bags. I actually need to try to figure out a better way to carry them when I have to be hooked up to both, because it gets like super duper heavy. Here, I'll let them out. You want to get a stuff? It gets like, oh, it gets super duper heavy. And it's hard to carry, and it hurts, and it like weighs down. So I'm actually looking for something else to put on it. I don't know if I'll come up with something. Buddy, I'm just letting him out. Like, you can Buddy is very expressive about his brother coming out. Buddy, he's coming. I'm letting him out. Gosh. And he's out. That's what he is. Oh, are we going to say our morning routine? Every morning. We know he's going to do it, so we just get out of the way. Because if not, he doesn't care. He will take your kneecaps off. He just don't care. He's a wild man, but he's my baby. Are you done? Are you done, Papa? Are you done, Papa? Good morning. Good morning. I'm about to talk to him. That's what we do. And yes, our tree is still up. Lily, why is our tree still up? Yeah, this girl. She doesn't want to take it down. She says we need to keep it all year round. And we don't. Sir. Might want to hurt. Hey! Get out my Neverlands. That's not nice. My nurse is coming, so Keep that in mind. Buddy, gentle. Don't hurt her. Her too. Come on, Papa. Come. Papa, come. Sit. You're going to get it. I'm going to get you. That's why you're slatting all over the floor, because you're not listening. You're not behaving. You're not going to get no treats. Yeah. You want some treats, you have to behave. Yeah, I know. Sit. Thank you. Now he listens. And then he takes off. He's just so excited. He was in his crate last night because my godbaby was over and she's scared of him. So he's just really, really excited. Other than that, he actually is a really good boy. He actually really does listen. Here's his stuff. Come here, Papa. You want to get your coat on? It's cold out. Or are you thirsty?
No,
okay.
He was touching your medical supplies, not the
But
wine.
hey, you're not supposed to be touching my medical supplies, dude. Dude, did you do that? Are you touching Mama's stuff? This is what I deal with. So my children are grown now, so these are my children.
No, you can't come.
No, Bubby. No, Bubby. She's got to do one at a time. Come. Come. Sit. Sit. I know. Sit. All right, here, Lola. He's sitting. See, he does listen. Stay there. But he only listens when I put my mama voice on that. Oh, I'm going to get you if you don't stop it. Then he listens. So hold on 1 second, guys. Let me help my daughter and get him dressed. Come here, Papa. Papa, come. Put your stuff on. Can you help me? No, put your paws in. No, put them in, Papa. I'm not doing this with you. I'm totally not doing this with you. Thank you. Put your coat on. It's cold out. They have matching coats. I like to keep them warm. Because he is short hair, he actually shivers whenever he's outside if he doesn't have a coat on in this weather. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where we live, it's cold. It's really, really cold. Especially right now, and this week it's supposed to get colder. So I don't like them to be cold. I understand they may be animals to some people, but they are family to me. So there you go. You look so handsome.
Yes, you do. You look so handsome, my boy.
Oh, I see you. I see you. Right now, my daughter's trying to put on his feet things because the sole is like bad for their feet. Here, let me see one. Hey, Rachel. The sole is bad for their feet, so we like to put these on just to like keep that sole off his feet, so his paws are not hurting. Because we found that in the last winter, before I got these, the sole actually hurt his paws really, really bad. He was like bleeding and stuff like that, and he just kept licking them and they hurt. So we were trying to find something to keep him, but like, you'll have to make sure you wash him so he doesn't put it off. Yeah, he's mad that I put his front one off. Give her your foot. You don't even like when your paws be hurting. Why are you acting like that? Come on, Papa. 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 Stop it. His name is actually Buster, but his nickname is Papa. He doesn't always listen to Buster, so I call him Papa. What, buddy? You're not getting up here. No, thank you. No, thank you, Sophie. No. He wants to climb up here with me. I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, that's another pole. I told you. Like we have poles in probably the living room, my bedroom, her bedroom, just to make it a little easier. We both use the one in the living room. Well, she doesn't as much. She really uses her book bag. But I use them because that book bag sometimes is heavy, especially with those fluids on. It's just too heavy for me to carry. I only weigh 128 pounds, and all of that stuff together got to be a good like 50, maybe even 60 pounds. So that's a lot on my back, and it hurts. And I have fibromyalgia, so sometimes just touching my skin actually hurts. The majority of the days it does. Little girl.
Yeah, I forgot to take
Yeah, you better not do that again. For me and you.
Medicine kicked in.
I don't care. We're going to have it out. This morning. Handle it. Sorry about that. Whew. Dude, you're getting your teeth brushed today. Your breath is kicking, buddy. It is kicking, Papa. Sticky. Trying to think, do I need anything else out for my nurse? I'm not sure. Guys, I wish I could leave it on so you can kind of see what we do. I do have cameras in my house, like all over my house. I'll try to see if I can pull some footage from the camera and see if I can show you guys kind of what she does when she changes it. But I don't know. We'll see, because it hurts. Let's see if I don't be a chicken. As it is a needle that's sticking you every day, and it's a very thick needle. It's a very big needle. It hurts. Like, let me see. Let me show you guys. I'm not going to take it out, but because sanitary reasons and I want to be safe. But this is the needle that it's replaced with. And I don't know if you can see that needle right there, how thick it is. That's the needle that is in my chest right now. As you can see, it looks like that, but this little piece comes off. But like, that's how thick it is. Sucker hurts, let me tell you. And there's like a little numbing cream that you can actually put on it. It's like that lidocaine. But fun fact, yeah, I wish y'all could see that as well. Layla, get him to walk. Layla, get him to walk this way. Get him to walk this way. Get him to walk this way. Look, y'all. This is how he walks in them. Even though he wears them all the time, like, I don't know why he does that. He's so strange. But anyways, you may see my nurse. You may see Miss Tina come up. So just take him straight in his house if you see Miss Tina. Okay. Okay. Be careful. I'm not worried about the door. Just make sure you're okay. Okay? All right. You got your gloves in your pocket? Because it's cold. Okay. Hey, you'll go out in a minute. One at a time. She can't do both. And it's too cold. Anyways, fun fact. There is... sorry about that. It hurt. It was pulling. It's painful. No, thank you. Oh, this is my little extender that extends to it so that I can flush it myself and I can hook up to my fluids myself. So this extender, it actually doesn't have to be as long. I think it's like stops right here, but we have an extender piece on it where it'll hang like right like that. But we have this extender piece on it because it's easier for me to be able to like flush it, check to make sure I have no blood clots, because I have already experienced blood clot and had to go to the hospital for that. So we have this just to make it a little bit easier for me to be able to kind of take care of it myself. But anyways, back to fun fact about the lidocaine cream for the needle. I actually cannot have it because it has corn in it, which is crazy. But yes, there's actually some form of corn in the numbing cream. So, and I am highly, highly allergic, anaphylaxis to corn. Like if it touches my skin, my throat and stuff, I can break out, my throat begins to swell like immediately after. And I actually cannot have an EpiPen because I have Addison's disease, and the adrenaline from that EpiPen could actually send me into a crisis that can kill me. So something that could save my life could also kill me. So I typically have to carry liquid Benadryl everywhere I go, and kind of be like that one Will Smith on that one movie, just drinking Benadryl. Yeah, so, but honestly, I'm just very, very, very careful. So is my kids. Like, we read everything every day before we even put it in my mouth. And most of my food is food that's home cooked. And even when I go out, like if I'm going for the day, like say my daughter has doctor's appointments all day, I try to like pre-make myself something before I go, because typically I cannot have anything that's out because it has some form of corn in it. So I'll make like some fruit. I found like some applesauce that I can finally have, like cinnamon applesauce that I can finally have that doesn't have it in it. But it's a lot of things that I have to find and just like make and pack myself my own little lunch bag. Have like peanuts, but they have to be like the plain ones. They can't be the ones with the M&Ms in them because M&Ms have corn in it. That's anaphylaxis. So I typically have to pretty much make everything I eat, which my daughter is. In my other videos, if you watch, you'll see she's my little chef. She's like a chef, like literally 4-star Michelin. She is a beast. At 19, she's a beast. Like, she cooks me some very amazing food. I do not have to have like bland or nasty food because she's a very, very excellent cook. And she doesn't cook the regular everyday stuff. She tries to find me different and new recipes because I can't have as much. She tries to do that. And then when we go out to restaurants, I have to eat seafood. Pretty much that's all I can have. And even when they make my seafood, it has to be made separately. I have to tell them about my allergy. They have to cook it completely separately and fresh, with fresh everything. and it has to be only salt and pepper. And typically they're scared to even put that on it. So they make it without any sort of seasonings or anything like that. And they'll just let me do it on my own and bring me drawn butter. So, and it's usually like a mashed potato or sweet potato is my side. Something simple, because even the dressings in a salad, I cannot have them. So unless I bring my own dressing, can't have it. And it's crazy because my allergy was not always like this. This actually happened, it'll be a year ago. It'll be a year in February that my allergy had been this bad. It actually happened after my 38th birthday. I just turned 39 last Thursday. It'll be, it was like, I want to say like 3 weeks after my 38th birthday. Now, I've always had an allergic reaction to corn, just like regular corn that you eat. But I would have like this pain every day in my stomach. Like I would get really sick where I would vomit. I would have like, like massive diarrhea. Like it was just bad. And the doctors or no one could not figure out why I was having all this pain. And then, I recently got back into the dating scene. I haven't been dating since, for a while. The father of my children was murdered coming up on 10 years. And I kind of just took care of my kids. But I got back in the dating scene. I went out on a date and I actually ate a, I want to say it was like a tortilla chip. And I noticed that my tongue started to get numb. And then my throat started to feel like it was closing. My lips started to swell. And that's when I figured out that my allergy had progressed from more than just the corn to all products. That I couldn't have any of them. So... and it just kind of had got worse from there. And I saw my doctor and my nutritionist. And we figured out that I was allergic to corn. And, of course, I pulled all of that out of my diet. And that pain that I constantly had actually went away. Like, I mean, I would have very bad, like, debilitating pain. I couldn't get up. I couldn't move. My belly would just hurt. And I would get sick every single day. And I'm talking about, this is for a span of probably, like, 15 years that it was like this. Maybe even longer. And like I said, it took a lot for us to figure out what the allergy was. And honestly, it wasn't even my doctor who figured it out. I actually took my kids to Disney World last March. We actually go every year. Somewhere around Mardi Gras time, we go to Universal. But we also do Disney while we're down there. So while we were down there, I was actually talking to a chef because I am also allergic to honey. And we were in Universal. We had went over to the Bart Simpson thing, and it had honey in it. But it didn't say in the description when my kids got it that it had honey. And I ended up having a bad allergic reaction to the point where we had to go to the medics that were in the park, and had to get me some Benadryl. I had to stay for a little bit and stuff like that. So we didn't want that to happen again. So we went to Harry Potter World, and we were looking for me something to have. And we had talked to one of the chefs. He actually came out and talked to me. And he actually was one of the ones that said I possibly had an allergy to all corn, to maybe just try to not eat any corn while we were on vacation. And I actually did that. I took it all out of my diet while we were on vacation. And that pain that I had every day, I didn't have anymore. For whatever reason, I just did not have the pain. And it was crazy because, like I said, it was a chef at... Harry Potter. If I can remember what the restaurant is, I'll actually tag it down there. He was pretty amazing. Like, he stayed out there with me for like 20-30 minutes. He discussed all options for me. Actually discussed the possible other allergies that I could have. And no, he didn't speak from a professional... Get out of his butt. No, he didn't speak from a professional experience, from a professional doctor experience, but he had... he told me about his experience about going to school and having to learn about other people's allergies. And I trusted his experience, to be honest with you, because I had such a bad allergic reaction. It was worth trying it, you know. So nevertheless, he actually made me something separately, like some chicken breast with some seasoning that I could have, and some vegetables and potatoes, and some drawn butter. It was very good, bland, not as fun as all the other stuff in the park, but I didn't want another allergic reaction. And I didn't want to scare my kids. I was the only adult with them. Well, they're adult age. I was the only adult with them. And I didn't want to scare my kids anymore. They were already scared. My niece was actually with us. They were scared from the last reaction. They were really, really scared. So I just felt like it was best to stick to, you know, what we had going on. And we had like a lot of restaurant reservations because this was our big trip from my daughter being sick, her getting out of the hospital for a long period of time. So we were really celebrating. We were celebrating. So we were just like basically enjoying ourselves. But taking it out of my diet, coming up on a year, has been the best choice I have ever did. And because I took it out of my diet, when I tried that chip, whenever I came back, the allergic reaction was so severe. It was so bad. Like I said, my throat began, my lips, it started with my tongue being numb, my lips being numb, and my throat started to swell. And it was just, it happened so fast. So, and then each time after, if I accidentally had some form of corn, the allergic reaction has gotten worse. Like even if it touches my skin, has gotten worse every time. So I cannot do any form of corn, like no form of corn, which is definitely hard because when I say corn is in everything, it is in everything. It's in the stuff you wash, put on your face. It's in makeup. It's in body lotions, body butters. It's in foods. It's in medications. It's in so many medications because it's used as a preservative to preserve the medications, preserve the food, to preserve the stuff that you put on your face, to preserve the stuff you put on your body. It's used as one of the core preservatives in everything. So corn is literally in everything. And I will say, you know, with all of that, I have lost a ton of weight, not intentionally. I'm actually only 128 pounds now, and I was 221 pounds. I'm talking probably, it should be coming up on 2 years. Yep, coming up on 2 years. But I lost majority of it within 6 months. Like I had dropped from 221 down to like 150. And then I went from 150 down to like 123. And I've been fluctuating, I want to say for the last 3 months. Yeah, for the last 3 months, I've been fluctuating between like 123 and 128. Now my goal weight is 150. I'm very happy with my body now, you know, but of course I want to get to my goal weight of 150. That's my goal weight. That's where my nutritionist, my doctor, we all feel that would be a good weight for me. At my age, it would be a very good weight for me. So we're working on getting there. One of the things that I find that it is complicated to do is, one, because I have a problem with my stomach where it just doesn't process well. I have something called gastroparesis. It just doesn't break down protein well, and a host of other gastro issues. It just doesn't break down protein well and add the protein or the fat to my body. It just doesn't do it. So I need a feeding tube in order to be able to maintain the weight that I have. My feeding tube is what helps me gain my weight. Whatever I put in my mouth, it actually doesn't do anything for me, and it hasn't for years. It's the reason I kept drastically losing so much weight. And I've kind of had an issue like this since I was 16. I've had some sort of gastro issue or issue with my stomach since I was 16, as far back as I can remember. And as I've gotten older, it just has progressively gotten worse. I do have 3 daughters, and out of all of my daughters, my youngest, who is sitting here, is the only one who actually inherited the same situation as me. And she does have a gtube. She actually had hers first because of sepsis. She actually had a pick that developed clots. We kind of have the same story, but she started hers first in the sense of she had sepsis from a bad salad from Wendy's. So be careful with those salads at Wendy's, y'all. Just because they're healthy don't always mean they're healthy, because one almost killed my daughter. But anyway, she ended up having picks in both arms, but one developed a massive clot, so it had to be removed, and then the other developed a massive clot, so it had to be removed. And we found out we have something called the factor 5 clotting factor in our factor 5 clotting factor or something like that in our family, where we throw clots and aneurysms, and we've lost several people to it. So we both had to be tested for that. And we found that as long as she doesn't have any type of these in her body, she doesn't throw clots. But if she does, she does throw clots. For me, I have had a clot with mine, but I only had one instance. We were able to put medication in it, and it did break the clot down, and I have been fine ever since. Now, when I got that clot, I had sepsis, and I was on medication going through my port, like a very, very strong antibiotic. Don't know if that had anything to do with it, but that's what I was on when it happened. So, and some people ask, well, what is the reason you have your port? The reason I have my port is because I get very, very highly dehydrated because of my Addison's disease. I have crises. There are people who never have them. that have Addison's disease, and then there are people like me who constantly have them all the time because of other medical issues. Other medical issues can throw you into a crisis. Stress can throw you into a crisis. Happiness can throw you in a crisis. Depression can throw you in a crisis. Anything can throw you into a crisis because Addison's disease is basically where you don't produce cortisol. Your body needs cortisol and you produce it on your own daily in your brain. But my body doesn't produce it at all. I actually have to take a medicine in order for it to produce it. So since it doesn't produce it at all, whenever I have those moments of up or down, if I'm not medicated properly in order to be able to handle it, it sends my body into a crisis. And those are not fun. Those are not fun. They're not fun at all. I've had a few that almost took me up out of here because it was a learning curve, figuring out how to learn my medications and learn what I'm supposed to do and how I'm supposed to do it. We had to figure it out. It took time for us to figure that out. But nevertheless, I get very, very dehydrated. I have episodes of projectile vomiting and staying in the bathroom and living in there. I got something called dumping. I've had multiple procedures on my stomach to try to help it, where they took out a portion of my stomach or took out a portion at the bottom of my stomach. We tried to do a lot of things before we got to the tube, but none of that stuff worked. We ended up having to get to the tube, and I don't believe we'll have to go to the last step, which is it's like a stent placed in the bottom of my stomach where it has to send electric signal for it to work so that the food can process. I just don't believe that we're going to get to that point. I believe that this tube will eventually help. It will eventually help. I just got to make sure that I'm not getting sick. Like I literally went from sepsis, and I had sepsis for a while. Sepsis, MRSA, to COVID. Like, that's why I haven't done any videos. No one has seen me because I had COVID and I had it bad. It almost killed me. I had it bad, bad, bad. And I literally caught it while I have been still healing from bacterium pneumonia. My lungs and body has still been healing from the fluid on my brain, the stuff on my lungs, the stuff on my heart. It's still healing. And unfortunately, I ended up catching COVID. Which, whew, she got hands. I don't never want that again. And I had all of the symptoms from it. Like I couldn't taste, I couldn't smell. The mucus was choking me. Because of my experience with the sepsis, I ended up qualifying for the antiviral, which I can't say that I would want to take the antiviral again. I do not care for the side effects from the antiviral at all. But I will say that it did help me because the mucus was like choking me. Like I couldn't breathe. Like it was so hard to just catch my breath. It was so hard to just breathe. Like I lost days from just sleeping because I couldn't breathe. Like I just couldn't breathe. It was just horrible. It was just a horrible experience. It was just like really, really bad. But thank you, Lord. My body is recovering. It's starting to do better. I do have some residual side effects from it. Like I have POTS, and it has made my POTS terrible. Like it's really hard for me to regulate my own body temperature. It has left me with, I had migraines before this. It's left me with terrible headaches, like almost daily. My sense of smell and taste aren't quite right. Sometimes I won't be able to smell things, and then sometimes it'll be like overwhelming. I'll be able to smell. Sometimes I can't taste, or like my taste will be off, so it'll be a little too much seasoning or a little under seasoning. So it's left me with those things, which I could do without. But I'm only about coming up on 3.5 weeks of being, completely symptom free, minus that other stuff I told y'all about. So time, like my doctor said, it's going to come with time. Yes, my daughter is a Star Wars trooper. That is, yeah. That's what she does. But anyways, so just going to come with some time. But every day I'm alive is a blessing. I'm grateful for it. I'm happy to be here because there are so many people who have been in my position who were not here. My doctors kept saying, oh, well, if you get COVID, you're not going to survive. You're not going to live. And ta-da! Here I am, alive, breathing, smiling, all of those things. Yes, I do have to be careful so I don't get to really like hang out with a lot of people or do a lot of things, because I do have to be more careful because my body has been susceptible to picking up everything. That was the one thing about having to do the IV antibiotic at home. It made me susceptible to like picking up everything. So if you got like a little something, you're giving it to me. So I just have to be a little bit more protected and careful. Like when I went out grocery shopping, people were looking at me like I was crazy because I wear my mask, I wear gloves, like I wash my hands tons of times, hand sanitize, all of that. Because I'm sick of being sick and I don't want to get another cold because of someone else. So whatever I got to do to kind of protect myself is what I got to do. Hey, let me see it.
Sorry, I want him on here because he was just drinking water.
I'm not nice. I'm not nice, Papa. I know. I'm gonna get her. Anyways, clean your mouth. You gonna let me clean your mouth? Yeah, you were just drinking water. Your mouth is like a booty. Let me wipe it. Get off. Yeah, nobody wants that on.
I have to take medicine. You cannot be in my lap.
Yeah, now you can put your face on me. It's not all cockabooey. It's not booey. Will you break, Kiki? So I gotta keep myself protected as best as I can. So I do keep myself and my daughter, because she's come a long way. She's gotten a lot better, which I'm super proud. I'm super happy about. But I want to make sure that we're protected as best as we can be. And it's like snowing and cold out. We don't need to be out anyway. So we do what we can. We honestly take care of each other. Even though she's going to be going to school really soon. I'm super proud mom. I'm excited about it for her. Because she deserves it. Just because you have a disability don't mean you can't live life. Just means you have to live it a little differently. That's all. So be nice. Hey, don't you bite him in his face. Not nice.
You want to get plugged?
But yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a life update for you guys on this, what is it, January 23rd. Like I said, I think I did one video during COVID. Well, I had COVID, I don't remember. But I just honestly have been trying to heal. Yes, my hair looks a little crazy. I wore a wig for my birthday and didn't care about these braids, okay? I washed my hair. It is clean. It just looks crazy. I'm going to try to do something with it today, I think. Yeah, I'm going to probably try to do something with it today. We'll see. Just see how I feel, get through the day, and kind of go from there. What are you fussing for? You just drink your water. There's food in your dish. You just went potty. There's no reason for you to be fussing. And you're going to be so upset because my nurse is on her way and you got to go back in your house. So I don't want to hear all this fussing, sir. You're so talkative. Yeah, so that's just like a little bit of an update, kind of a little bit of a backstory if you haven't watched some of my videos in the past. Good girl. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So now I'm just gonna kind of wait for my nurse, and then get myself together and figure out what I need to do today. Get something in my stomach to take my medicines because I am a bit behind. I do typically like to take them by 10 o'clock, no later than 10 o'clock. Well, no later than 10:30, 11 o'clock. But sometimes if I get a little bit behind, then I'll be a little bit behind with them. But I make sure that I get them in because I need them. I don't miss them. We don't do that. Because we don't want seizures. We don't want seizures. We don't want passing out spells. We don't want crises. We don't want D, none of the above. So we take our meds. We don't skip them on these parts. But I'm going to get ready and do that. Get ready for my nurse and go from there. If I can post a video of her changing my thingy, I will. But I don't know. Like I said, I just got to find out what the perimeters of that are. Because I know there are privacy things for her and for myself. And I don't want to violate my HIPAA. Love y'all, but I don't want to violate my own HIPAA. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. Yeah, that's how he feels. That's every day. Sir.
Oh, okay.
Sir, can we act like we have some sense? You got a little tooth? The dog underneath me.
Okay. Oh, we're rolling.
He just barks all day and all night. They never control him.
Oh, okay.
It's annoying.
You good now?
But anyways, if you like my video, I definitely would appreciate you guys hitting the like button. Please follow, share, subscribe, all of those wonderful things. Thank you so much for going along my journey with me. And I don't mind answering questions in the comments. If they're not too intrusive, I don't mind answering them according to my experience. I'm not a medical professional. I can only tell you according to my experience. Do with that what you will. But that is all I got for you. But in the meantime, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. I'm God's favorite, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.